In a remote forest in Ireland, John is running frantically, trying to find a way to escape. After running for a while, he realizes he's back at the same spot marked by a sign that reads, "Point of no return, 108. He checks his watch and realizes the sun is about to set. As darkness descends, he panics and climbs a tree, as if trying to escape from something terrifying. However, he loses his grip and falls. Then something unseen grabs him forcefully and drags him away. Mina works at a pet store in Galway, and her boss asks her to deliver a golden parakeet to a zoo in Belfast. Mina is still dealing with the trauma of her mother's death 15 years ago and is estranged from her twin sister, Lucy. The next day, Mina sets out with the parakeet and ends up driving down a road that leads into the forest. Suddenly, her car breaks down, leaving Mina stranded. She walks out of the car with the parakeet, hoping to find someone who can help them. However, when she decides to return to her car, she discovers it's gone. Mina continues to wander through the forest, searching for any way out. As darkness falls, she spots a woman running. Mina chases after her and they reach a bunker. The woman urges Mina to hurry inside before it's too late, and Mina rushes in. The woman introduces herself as Madeline and two other occupants, Chiara and Daniel, who were also once lost in the forest. They call the bunker the coop. Madeline tells Mina to stand in line with them as the four are being observed by mysterious entities called the Watchers through the mirrored window. Chiara explains that the Watchers come to observe them every night just after sunset until the sun rises again. Mina hears a sound like applause coming from outside. The next day, Mina leaves with the parakeet, despite the others telling her she won't make it. As Mina walks through the forest, she hears someone calling her and sees her younger self. Terrified, she immediately starts running until she reaches the edge of a cliff with nowhere else to go. After a while, Madeline finds her and takes her back, explaining that the forest causes hallucinations and they are prey in these woods. She tells Mina that the signs were built by someone they call the Professor and form a nearly perfect circle around the forest. Each is about half a day's journey from the coop. If they stay inside this circle, there's hope to return by nightfall, but stepping outside means no turning back. That night, Daniel entertains the Watchers, while Madeline advises Mina to act normal under observation. Chiara dances for them, as if they're on a reality television show. The next morning, Mina follows Chiara to gather herbs. Chiara tells Mina that she came with her husband, John, who left the bunker 6 days ago and hasn't returned. She then takes Mina to see a burrow, and explains that these burrows are all over the forest, connected by underground tunnels where the Watchers hide during the day to avoid sunlight. Later, the three give Mina the rules. Never turn your back to the mirror. Stay away from the burrows. Do not open the door after dark and always return to the coop before nightfall, or you won't survive. One day, Mina joins Daniel on a hunting trip. Daniel explains that all the rules are set by Madeline because she has been in the forest longer than anyone else. However, Mina expresses skepticism about Madeline, since they've never encountered a Watcher themselves. She convinces Daniel to help her explore the burrow. Daniel lowers her down with a rope and warns her to stay in the light. Inside the burrow, Mina finds a camcorder and a bicycle. While Daniel is pulling up the items, a Watcher appears, making horrifying noises. Terrified, she calls out for Daniel, who throws the rope back down just in time. Back at the coop, Mina lies about where she found all the things. Madeline questions Mina if she's seen something scary, but Mina denies it. Daniel fixes the camcorder and they decide to set it up outside for surveillance, so they can see the Watchers. That night, there's a sudden knocking at the door, and someone's feet appear through the surveillance cameras. Madeline urges everyone not to move, suspecting it might be a trick. When Chiara hears that it's John at the door wanting to come in, she wants to open the door, but Madeline refuses, fearing it could be a Watcher pretending to be John. She then demands answers from Mina about what she did. Mina finally admits she went down into a burrow. Madeline instructs Chiara to ask a question only John would know, but John fails to answer it. Chiara tells John to confirm his identity with the camera outside, but they see him seemingly being dragged away. The enraged Watchers damage the camcorder and begin smashing mirrors in an attempt to break in. The following day, Madeline returns the items to the burrow to appease the Watchers and warns Mina not to break the rules again. As winter arrives, escape no longer seems possible, and everyone begins to crack. Mina and Chiara see Madeline and Daniel fighting. Daniel runs back to the coop, locking Mina and Madeline outside before night falls. This forces the two to seek shelter as they witness the Watchers emerging, emitting horrible screeches. The Watchers see Daniel and Chiara standing by the window, and then realize Madeline and Mina are not in the coop. They immediately go to search for them. Mina and Madeline seize the moment to rush back and plead with Daniel to open the door. Mina reveals that she is responsible for her mother's death. It turns out Mina was fooling around when her mother was driving. Her mother tried to close the car window, but Mina insisted on opening it, deliberately doing the opposite of what she was told, causing her mother to become distracted and crash. She tells Daniel that the guilt of causing someone's death will haunt him forever. Daniel finally lets them in. Madeline says they've already broken too many rules and urges everyone in front of the mirror. She reveals that she used to teach mythology history at university and came to this place by her own choice. She also mentions that she once saw a watcher that looked like an imperfect replica of herself, explaining that the Watchers are an ancient species of fairies attempting to study humans so they can mimic them. Suddenly, the Watchers start banging on the door, attacking the coop and trying to get in. The four quickly use a table to block the door, revealing a hidden door on the floor that they never knew was there. Daniel opens the door, and everyone rushes inside just before the Watchers break in. Upon entering, they find it's a hidden bunker stocked with many supplies. Mina uncovers video diaries on a computer from Professor Kilmartin, who built this place to study the Watchers, and even captured one of them, ultimately resorting to unethical measures to get the results he needed. In his last entry, Kilmartin confesses he has been stripped of all humanity and decides to kill the Watcher before taking his own life. He then explains how to escape from the forest and requests that his research in his office be destroyed. The video ends with him climbing back into the coop, followed by 2 gunshots. The next day, the group follows the professor's directions and reaches the point of no return, 134. Continuing their journey, they encounter a stone marker. Madeline explains that humans once waged war against the fairies, who were stripped of their wings, driven underground, and imprisoned in the forest. As night falls, they start running and eventually reach the river at the forest's edge, where they discover the professor's boat. Unfortunately, Daniel is killed by a Watcher that mimics John and then takes on Daniel's form. The remaining group manages to escape by rowing away. Upon waking up, they find themselves back in civilization and catch a bus returning to the city. The following day, Mina goes to the university where Kilmartin worked, posing as his niece to get into his office to destroy his notes. There she learns that before the war, humans and fairies once lived in harmony. Some of them mated and produced halflings capable of enduring sunlight and skilled in the art of transformation, even replicating those who had passed on. Mina then finds some pictures that leave her shocked. Mina goes to Kiara's house and shows her the pictures, revealing that Madeline had been the professor's late wife. Mina believes that the Madeline they met was actually the Watcher that the professor had captured. At that moment, Mina is shocked to see the real Kiara arrive home, realizing she had been talking to Madeline disguised as Ciara. Madeline changes form, knocking out Ciara before going after Mina. She recounts that she was an outcast among the Watchers for her ability to withstand daylight. Madeline then transforms into Mina's form, grabs her by the neck, lifts her up as she plans to kill Mina and assume her life. However, Mina reveals that Madeline is a half-human hybrid and suggests that there may be others like her out there. Realizing that she might be half-human herself, Madeline decides to spare Mina. She spreads her wings and flies away. Sometime later, Mina reunites with her sister Lucy and recounts her experience in the forest, telling Lucy that she feels Madeline still hangs around, taking on different forms of other people and watching her. Outside, Madeline appears as a little girl staring at their apartment.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our channel for more videos.